Anyway, should be a series of pretty good races, and it looks like the SRL timer has started, so they should be off momentarily.
It's also important to note that both our races today are actually in the losers bracket, so half the racers here are going to be going proverbially home, so stakes are high.
Stakes are very high. I have my predictions, but I'm not going to mention them in the interest of pretending I'm fair and impartial.
Goodness knows we've had a couple of interesting upsets in the tournament so far, so I'm not even trying.
Yeah, there have been a few very unforeseen outcomes. The big one that I'm thinking of is Dragon Fangs with the emulator crash.
Oh goodness, yes.
But notably, Scotty and nulldriver both play on emulator. I'm not sure about Axodo and Gunert. I think Axodo's also on emulator.
I believe Gunert is as well, but I'm not 100%.
I'm not 100% sure either. So we might. Hopefully, we don't see any of those freak crashes. But yeah, it looks like they're just syncing up the VODs here real quick. Well, syncing up the streams, I should say. So we're gonna
trying to sync everything to everything.
Yep, we're gonna see Scotty and nulldriver be paused for a bit while we let Gunert catch up to everyone else. So it's like Gunert's off to a interesting start. Looks like Gunert has SDA timing going here, where he starts at 0 instead of he starts his timer when you gain character control rather than when he hits go. So there's going to be about a I think if I remember correctly, I think that's approximately an 18-second difference.
Yeah, it seems that way.
So that's important to note. Scotty having a bit of difficulty with his climb there. It's not something you would expect from a player of Scotty's caliber, but
yeah, don't let Scotty's seed fool you. He is a very strong player.
Yeah, despite Scotty being literally the last seed in the tournament, he is comfortably within the top 10 for this category. I believe he has a posted in-game time of 51:58 or something like that. It's a very high 51.
Oh, Axodo getting the double missile, getting a very fast worm.
Oh, very nice. See, nulldriver, it didn't look like nulldriver attempted the double there. Oh, he went for it on the second round. Oh, and he got the spikes. Scotty opting to play it safe by waiting around for the worm drops. And you can see Axodo didn't opt to do that, so we had to spend a little extra time grabbing an extra missile. Which I can't blame Scotty for not wanting to risk the drop RNG. It can very easily make things go very far south very early in the run.
Very good missiles going into Hive Room, which is definitely something we like to see. We don't like seeing people have trouble with Hive Room. That just ruins everyone's day.
Yep, looks like everyone's going to have the full complement of missiles for Hive Room. Axodo actually has one extra.
Oh, Scotty having a little bit of trouble there.
Oh, Scotty shooting a missile right into the bug. It looks like he did that twice. Wow. That puts Scotty in an unfortunate position. Nulldriver cleanly through Hive Room. Scotty taking a few victory laps here. What is Scotty?
Oh, Scotty, be careful.
And Scotty, he's got to watch his health here because it's very possible to die in Hive Room, as I hope we're not about to see.
Oh, thank goodness.
Ugh. Man, Scotty just giving me a heart attack early on in the run.
Gunert having a little bit of trouble too, taking the laps, but he's playing it safe, which is completely reasonable. Because
yep, Gunert is out of missiles, and it looks like that Hive still has a lot of health.
Yeah, so. But you don't want to body the Hive. The Hive does, I want to say, what, 30 damage?
I don't think it's quite that much. I think it's closer to 15.
Yeah, but given the choice, you want to get hit by the bugs, not the Hive.
Yeah, the bugs are only 5, so definitely get hit by the bugs, not the Hive. And Gunert's made his way through. Axodo's off to a pretty solid start here. We'll see what kind of bug RNG he gets. That looked pretty good to me. Scotty posting up a 350 was that, like a 3:56 bombs time? That's a strong 30 seconds slower than what he would usually hope for.
All right. Do we know if any of these four actually do early Brinstar?
Scotty does. Looks like nulldriver doesn't, and Axodo is not, and I don't think Gunert does, if I remember his last match. So we'll see Scotty do early Brinstar, which will make it a little more difficult to see who's ahead in nulldriver versus Scotty. But as Axodo and Gunert are both doing late Brinstar, it'll be pretty easy to see where they are in relation to each other. So Scotty conquering the first bomb jump.
And incidentally, if anyone doesn't know what we mean by later early Brinstar, basically you see Scotty going to the northern hallway in Brinstar. A lot of folks will opt to do that later because you get to avoid some tricky bomb jumps. But it's also technically, if your movement is perfect, early Brinstar is faster, but it's also, well, there's also a lot more possibility for mistakes.
Yeah, there's early Brinstar and late Brinstar both definitely have their drawbacks. Early Brinstar, you have a lot of tricky bomb jumps. Late Brinstar, you're kind of at the mercy of missile drops because you need a lot of missiles for Kraid.
Yeah, so we'll probably be seeing the other three stopping to farm at Bugs and Kraid once or twice, depending on how their luck is with drops.
Looks like Gunert is going for early Brinstar, actually.
Oh, wow.
Scotty heading up to the Varia area. Oh, yeah, see, that's the thing with the bomb jumps in early Brinstar. Your bomb jumps have to be impeccable to make early Brinstar quick.
The thing about Zero Mission is the bomb blast radius is bigger and bomb jumping is more forgiving than in, say, Fusion, but it's still very easy to drop bomb jumps if you're not on point with them.
Yeah. Bomb jumping is more forgiving in Fusion, and that you can actually do it in this game. So, early Brinstar. Early Brinstar does give you an extra E-tank, so that's not something to be taken lightly. So we can see Axodo a little short on the missile count here. He's going to want 30 missiles for the Acid Worm coming up. And he's only got 27, so we're probably going to see him stop and farm a little bit for some drops.
And it may look easy, but that was the first of 2 diagonal bomb jumps you'll be doing in Kraid, which screwing them up is not super costly, but it's definitely annoying.
Yeah, the first one, if that first one goes wrong the first time around, it can very easily take a long time to get back into the rhythm.
Speaking of complicated bomb jumps, here's Scotty doing one of the more annoying ones of early Brinstar.
Yep, this one's tricky, made tricky by the Ripper positions. So, looks like he's got it. So you can see nulldriver kind of running into a couple issues with this first book diagonal in Kraid. But the respawning blocks and the respawning enemy make it a little difficult. Axodo taking on Acid Worm.
Okay drops, not spectacular though. He'd like to get 10 coming out of Acid Worms. He's going to be a little bit short.
Yeah, that's not quite what you're hoping to see, but I didn't see how many missiles he went in with, so
I'm starting to have a feeling that Gunert may actually not know that late Brinstar is a thing, because he's really committed to this early Brinstar and having a lot of trouble with it.
Yeah, his bomb jumping. I mean, I'm not sure. I could have sworn I remembered him doing late Brinstar because I commentated his very first match. I may be misremembering, or he may have changed his route. You never know. And we forgot to mention the Varia suit and how Scotty did not pick it up. Yes, the reason you don't pick up Varia suit in actually any category in this game is because the game gives it to you automatically when you get the fully powered suit, and it counts for item completion.
Yeah, so which is nice, because it saves us time, but the downside is, at least in 100%, that you have to go through some heated rooms without it.
And Gunner looks like he's reset. So
that's a surprising choice.
Interesting.
Yeah, Axodo gets good random enemy placement in Kraid, leading to the double side hopper room.
He resets. His timer's been reset as well. And Axodo looks like he had to pick up a couple of drops from the first giant side hopper. You need 20 missiles to clear this room out quickly. So Gunert reset his. No, he just reset. I'm not sure of anything more than that. He reset.
Yeah, it just looked like a reset. It didn't. I think he paused, then he reset.
Yeah, that's what it looked like to me. So now we have nulldriver making his way across the AWS room. Scotty just coming up to Acid Worm with really low health, actually. I didn't really see what happened to his health. But one of the nice things about early Brinstar is you don't have to worry about your ammo count for Acid Worm. Scotty has 36 missiles, which is comfortably enough. Ooh, nulldriver is slightly discounting on the giant side hopper there.
Yeah, the one downside to early Brinstar, for at least the race perspective, is that Scotty's going to look like he's behind up until they both get to Turing, at which point they reconverge.
Mm-hmm. So, obviously, if Scotty pulls ahead... Oh, Scotty getting 0 drops from the Acid Worm.
I didn't even know that was a thing. That's really unfortunate.
Even with early Brinstar, that's not very good.
Not at all.
So... nulldriver in the most boring room in the game. Axodo just going to be making his way over to Kraid.
Let's see how many side hoppers he gets without getting hit.
Yep, in the side hopper room here, you want to see him running straight through, double missiling each side hopper.
Oh, that was super clean.
And yep, nice clean.
And gets that 4-frame window too.
Yep, looks like I'm a little bit behind. Oh, he does it there's two ways of doing that fall. You can just straight up fall straight down and shoot, which I believe is a 2-frame window. Or you can do the spin unspin, which I think is a 4-frame window. So Axodo fighting the hardest boss, dispatching him without any trouble.
That was a very good Kraid kill.
Yep, that's exactly what you want to see. Fighting Kraid, that nice 2 rounds. So we're going to see nulldriver coming up to Kraid very shortly. Looking for Scotty getting bumped around quite a bit.
As nulldriver heads to Kraid, it's important to note we call him the hardest boss 100%, and that's not necessarily a joke, because Kraid has an annoying way of sometimes knocking you back or blocking your shots, and then you suddenly lose like 10-20 seconds. It's a terrible time.
Yep, Kraid's not he's not hard to kill, he's just hard to kill quickly.
Yeah, exactly.
Harder than any other boss in this category. In any percent, Kraid is a complete joke, because you have super missiles, and Ridley in this category is a joke too, because you have so much ammo and so much health. Nulldriver looks like he's 1 or 2 missiles short of killing Kraid. Yeah, and he gets knocked down. Axodo picking up the final missile tank. E-tank. And Scotty's trying the cool strat, and he's got it. Very nice. That's exactly what I would expect from Scotty.
I don't think I've actually seen that in any of our tournament races yet. So,
and Scotty likes to do stupid strats. Like, the harder the strat is, and the less time it saves, the better for him. So I
am totally okay with that. It makes it a lot more entertaining.
Yep, I have no doubt we'll see every one of the small optimizations in the book from Scotty. I actually didn't see if he got refill glitch there or not.
Didn't look like it.
Yeah, doesn't look like it. So Axodo's got what appears to be a pretty comfortable lead at the moment coming out of Kraid. And Scotty having a nice clean side hopper room. So I'm kind of curious if we'll see Scotty do the unspin method here. I think he just falls. Yeah. That's the much bolder method.
Let's see how Kraid treats it.
I wouldn't expect Scotty to have much trouble with Kraid either, but... Yep, Scotty's got his 2-round.
Quick important thing to know about shooting missiles in this game is that the timing is important, because you can't just smash the button. That actually makes you shoot a lot more slowly.
Yes, it's true. As Axodo likes to say, daily reminder that missiles have an 8-frame cooldown. So, you have to mash. If you want to shoot the quickest, press the button every 8 frames. So, now we see Axodo heading into Mother Brain. Norfair.
And that's her summer home, I'm sure.
Yeah, you know. Yeah, it was the cutscene. Cutscene threw me off. So now we have stream buffering. We have nulldriver picking up the missiles now. That's the more common method, although it's technically faster to pick them up later. No sub-pixel shot from Scotty.
And there he goes picking up the charge beam, which the worm dropped a long time ago, but we just decided we didn't need it.
Yeah, technically it's not. Technically it's faster to pick up charge beam later.
Yeah, but it's definitely handy to have it for some pseudo screw attacks and the like upcoming in Norfair. So
yep, there are definitely a few places that having screw attack, charge beam makes a lot more comfortable. So you don't see too many people picking up charge beam late.
All right, Axodo coming up on the first of the multiple shine sparks to get the early super missiles.
This is one of the big reasons we do Kraid first in this category. So this is not, believe it or not, this is not the intended way to get super missiles. However, getting them now opens up a bunch of things in Norfair. So.
Yeah, basically, having a speed booster now makes it so that we don't have to do a lot of detouring during cleanup, which is a lot faster. Particularly, lets us avoid having to go back to Ridley more than once.
Yes. Revisiting Ridley is not something we do in this category. Oh, we see Scotty opting for the optimal strat of not picking up that missile until cleanup. He's going to be getting it the second time through this area.
Oh, that'll be interesting.
It's not actually that interesting. All you do is you just do a slightly different method for the Brinstar super missile. You just bomb out the floor, jump up to grab the missile, then drop down and spark from the opening the bomb created. It's slightly annoying, so you don't see most people doing it, but.
Oh, nulldriver accidentally dropping the shine charge.
Ooh, looks like he was a little aggressive with his jump and didn't quite press down at the right time. Although if you're going to miss that trick, that's the best spot to miss that trick. You know, obviously, you don't want to miss the trick, but.
Well, yeah, one note about shine sparking in this game is you can't just buffer the down while you're flying through the air, because it just makes you bonk on slopes. You have to be holding the direction, and then you have to, once Samus is running again, then you crouch.
Yep. Nulldriver is not way ahead of Scotty. Scotty did early Brinstar, and Nulldriver did late Brinstar. Or will do late Brinstar. So, I would in fact guess that Scotty has about a minute lead on nulldriver right now.
Nulldriver doing single bomb jumps. We're doing them pretty quickly to get out of that pit.
The single bomb jumping in this game isn't actually that much slower than double bomb jumping. Thank you, Mandatobi, for reminding me. We're about to see the first of many incredibly dumb strats from Scotty.
Is he going to go for it?
He goes for the Criteria Super JBJ. We'll see. He doesn't get it. unfortunate, but he's got a good backup.
Yeah, that one's challenging because to do a JPJ, normally you just jump straight up, but when you have a shine charge, jumping straight up, you shine spark, so you have to be doing it off of a somersault, and it's pretty weird.
Yeah, Scotty says he has a consistent method, a more consistent method for it. And we see Axodo coming into the first of the heated rooms in Norfair, because we don't have Varia suit, they're going to be taking damage in these rooms. And it's one of the things that makes, in my opinion, it makes Norfair the most dangerous part of this run.
Absolutely.
So we'll be seeing, I think since Axodo took a dip in the lava, we'll probably be seeing him go for high jump heal. Because there's two main, well actually technically there's three ways to handle healing in Norfair. There's heal at high jump, there's heal at screw attack, and there's don't heal at all. I don't expect that we'll see anyone in this tournament try to skip healing entirely because it's very risky. Axodo having a little bit of difficulty with the bomb jump there.
All right, let's see if he sets up for John strats.
Yep, looks like he's opting for just the beam shot strat. That was very close. I thought that was going to be too low for a second.
It's very easy to accidentally miss that missile tank, even when you think you have a good setup.
Yep, that's why I started using the charge beam setup, which I think is... Ooh, Axodo going for the Norfair Shine Break, but not quite getting it. So now nulldriver is going to be coming into the first heated room, dipping the lava there. Axodo looks like he's setting up for screw attack heal, actually.
Oh, goodness.
Axodo's going for screw attack. He's got 232 health. That's a pretty comfortable amount of health for this. I usually aim for 220 if I want to play it safe. I think the absolute minimum you can go with is like 170 or 180.
Uh-oh.
But
close.
He should be okay.
You have to be extra careful for the rocket rippers, though.
Yep, Axodo is comfortably fine. He can take 2 hits from the rocket rippers. So that's more than enough. Unless he does something.
Taking a little bit more slowly, and that's understandable.
Yep, I can't blame him for doing that. The rocket rippers do 30 damage each, so...
Let's see if he gets the refill glitch.
Okay, very nicely done. That's one of the main reasons you would want to do screw attack heal. And, nulldriver going for the screw attack. The charge beam setup. It didn't look like he quite pressed... Didn't look like he quite pressed A there.
Oh god, every time I see that I have flashbacks. That's what killed my race the last time I had one.
Yeah, that missile is unfortunate. Nulldriver with that amount of health, he's absolutely got to heal at high jump. So he just doesn't have the health to get through all the heated rooms afterward. Scotty doing a diagonal spark, it looked like. And an unorthodox approach.
Alright, Axodo coming into the most deadly of the heated rooms.
It is, because when you do high jump heal, but with screw attack heal, you have pretty much close to full health in this room, and it's not nearly as threatening. So now we'll see nulldriver. See how nulldriver handles his diagonal bomb jumps in this heated room. He did high jump heal, so he should be comfortably able to get out of this room.
Oh yeah, no problem whatsoever.
Yep, easy peasy.
And everyone getting the gun missiles, no problem.
It's like, yep. So we're going to be seeing Scotty go for the shine break. No, wow, I'm actually surprised by that. The shine break, that Norfair shine break is a very, very aggressive strategy. It saves approximately half a second, but if you miss it, it costs
a lot more than that.
10 plus. So
yeah, 2 extra door transitions and a whole bunch of running.
Yep, it's not a strat that most people go for because it's just not worth it. Looks like Scotty's setting up for high jump heal as well. Or, sorry, screw attack heal. 150. Yeah, he could opt to try skipping both refills here, actually. that's something he could technically try to do. I don't expect him to, but it's Scotty, so you never know.
He's setting up for the. No, it doesn't quite get the refill glitch though.
Yep.
Dark Wolf, it's not that we're ignoring Gunner, it's the fact that he resets, so he's actually out of the race.
Yes. So Axodo coming up to the Cocoon. Cocoon, not nearly as much trouble in 100% as he is in any percent, because you have high jump, really. High jump makes this fight significantly more comfortable.
It's an extremely clean Cocoon.
Yep, Scotty is setting up for Money Spark. Not quite getting it as he runs into the Rocket Ripper. So nulldriver picking up Wave Beam. Scotty hot on his heels. Get it? Hot.
But
yeah. Okay. Anyway,
I got your back. Don't worry.
Anyway, we'll just move on from that one. So since Scotty has done Screw Attack Heal with early Brimstar, this room is not even threatening to him. Axodo is going to be coming up to the Imago here.
And let's see if he can get the one cycle.
Yep, we'll be looking for him to do the one cycle. What he has to do here is he has to listen for a visual cue to know when to start shooting.
And he gets it.
Yeah, no problems. So I didn't see if nulldriver got the single round on the single round on the worm. Looks like Axodo was going for Imago Spark there, didn't quite get it. So he'll just make use of the Morph Ball Tunnel there. Scotty gonna be making his way down to Cocoon as well momentarily. Nulldriver had a bit of difficulty with his wall jumps there. But
Alright, Scotty does not get the one cycle on the worm there.
yeah, nope, it looks like he laid his bombs a little too early.
Axodo coming up on the ice clip, which is the reason why we get the ice beam early.
Yep, because up until this clip was discovered, people would actually get the ice beam on the way out of Ridley. But that clip saves about 8 seconds, plus it's significantly easier than trying to do the map skip. So, very much worth it.
Axodo also doing the first of several what makes Ridley so much fun, in large quotation marks, missile puzzle rooms.
Yep. So, Scotty taking a really unusual approach to the Cocoon here. Axodo successfully skipping the map. Nulldriver coming up on Imago here. So we're gonna. Looks like Nulldriver missed the visual cue a little bit there. So missile or too short. Yep. That's okay. It's not missing it like that isn't that big of a deal. So now we're going to see Axodo head into the second two puzzle rooms. Nulldriver missing Imago Spark.
Getting both of those diagonal shine sparks to break the
very nice. Very nice. Those diagonals aren't too difficult, but they're very, very costly if you mess them up. So it's understandable that you might.
Oh no! Nulldriver takes the drop into getting the energy tank as the bomb pumps his way back up.
That's an unfortunate time loss, but that's just one of the.
Oh god! He falls a second time.
Well, that's one of the many things that make Ridley one of the hardest areas in this game. Scotty not getting the single round on the Imago.
All right, and Axodo not getting the Eagle missiles.
Yeah, a little early on the speed jump there. The speed jump's a 3-frame window typically. I think sometimes it's 4, but. And you see Nulldriver kind of chasing after that enemy because you need to kill that enemy for the ice clip to work. Scotty showing off Imago Spark. Nulldriver Not quite freezing the bugs properly the first time, but he gets it the second time around.
The other thing that the room Axodo's having trouble with is that second block on the floor has a missile block right in the middle. So you have to shoot the blocks, then shoot the missile block, and then nail the jump, all in a pretty short span.
Yep, and Axodo's got it on what looks like his third attempt. It's a very it's a tricky room. It's not the easiest one in the world. So I see Axodo going through one of several side hopper rooms in this game, and dropping into some fake lava and exposing a fake block in the wall. And taking another dip in the lava. Nulldriver successfully skipping the map.
Maybe a quick minor movement note here. You might none of the racers are having trouble with it because they've all practiced a million times, but in Ridley it's very easy to accidentally take a dip in the lava because while you're screw attacking around, it'll a lot of times break the floor in several places, which is why you'll see them shoot to break out of somersault before they land in some rooms.
I see a comment in the chat about the 100% world record. SDA is not up to date. The run on SDA, I believe, is Spidey Whitey's old run, which still is a very, very impressive run, but I personally think the current world record is a lot more impressive because it has a faster in-game time with a route that prioritizes real time over game time. Nulldriver, okay, recovers. He screwed up a little bit there in that puzzle room, but he recovered.
Down a little bit.
So now we see Scotty in the same puzzle room. Hopefully, yeah, Scotty has no issues.
Well, they're having trouble with the Eagle missiles again, so let's see how many tries it takes them.
Yep, it's not unusual to see multiple attempts for that missile.
Second try, very nice. Scotty!
Taking the wind spark right into the ceiling. That's not a mistake you see too often. Unfortunately, that's one of those ones he's got to be just kind of hitting himself over.
Yeah. Yeah, unlike Super Metroid, it's a lot harder to misfire Shine Sparks than Zero Mission.
Yeah, the problem isn't usually misfiring them, it's Scotty, he just mispositioned that one, which, given he actually took the time to set that up. Oh, Scotty destroying the floor and taking the dip in the lava there, just like you were saying earlier. So, Scotty picking up the fake missiles. I mean, the missiles aren't real, but they're buried in a bunch of stuff that's fake. Yep. I'll actually drop a link to the leaderboards in the chat for you. Give me 1 second here.
Meanwhile, I think Axodo actually killed Ridley and we missed it. Because he's not really a boss. He's just kind of an obstacle.
Ridley in this category is not challenging whatsoever. They just can pretty much face tank him and not have any worries.
Okay, pretty much stand in his hitbox and shoot missiles until he explodes.
Yep, so we can see Scotty and Nulldriver are having what appears to be a very close race. Axodo setting up for the poor man's jumpy there. Proper, true jumpy, you land right on top of the bug instead of freezing him from below. I can't actually make out Axodo's super missile count, but it looks to be 8.
Yes, it is.
Which is okay. 8 is not the worst, but you're looking for 10 here.
Speaking of 10, both Null and Scotty have that going into Ridley, which is exactly what you want to see.
Yep. So they'll be shooting 9. They'll be killing Ridley with 9 supers and 5 missiles. So now we're going to see Axodo perform the Warfare Escape Spark, which is not really its name, it's just what I call it. This one's a little less known than the other one using the ball cannon.
Meanwhile, Nulldriver fights Ridley,
and don't blink. Yep. And Scotty also fighting Ridley. And exemplary Ridley fights from both of them. This is 2 1v1 races. This is Scotty versus nulldriver and Axodo versus Gunert.
Nulldriver getting 3 super drops off of Ridley, and Scotty getting none, unfortunately.
Yeah, 3 super drops off of Ridley is actually pretty good. Scotty, not freezing the bug, so he has to do a little bit of a JBJ there.
I know that looks like he's
so we're probably. Ooh,
I'm sorry. Go.
Nulldriver. Look at all those super drops.
Wow. Meanwhile, look at Scotty getting so few. Only got 1 out of all those owls. Goodness.
Yeah, looks like nulldriver's stolen all of Scotty's super drops. So nulldriver can skip farming the owls on the way out. Scotty's gonna have to stop and farm them.
Yeah, owls being enemies that have a high chance to drop supers, but they just haven't been doing it for Scotty so far.
Yeah,
Getting real jumpy up the null, though.
Yep, nulldriver getting the proper jumpy. I half expect Scotty to... Nope, Scotty goes for proper jumpy as well. I was half expecting him to do the wall jump strat for that missile, which... The wall jump, it involves jumping off of the left wall. It's very precise. Oh, wow, Scotty.
Wow, those drops.
Wow. He is just showing off exactly what not to do with RNG. And it's not like what not to do, it's just he's not having very good RNG here. So, Axodo now performing late Brinstar cleanup. He does it a little differently. He goes and gets the missile on the right first, and then goes up to grab his E-Tank. I'm not 100% clear on exactly. Axodo showing off why you always do bomb jumps in front of the door, because it speeds the bugs up. And drops are somewhat intelligent. Like, you're less likely to get help to get something if you're full with that something. I'm not 100% sure exactly how it works, but I have a general feeling for it. So now we're going to see Scotty pull way ahead of nulldriver, because Scotty's going to be going straight to Torian, and nulldriver is going to have to do the Brinstar cleanup that Axodo just finished doing.
He's going to have to get those missiles now, though, so let's see how that works for him.
Yeah, but I don't expect him to have any issues with it.
And he doesn't.
Yeah, it's not exactly super difficult. It's just a little awkward in some spots. So most people don't like to do it, and it's such a small time save.
Yeah, now we're going to see Scotty heading straight for the most powerful weapon in the game, while nulldriver has to go do that cleanup.
Yep. Scotty walking right past a super drop. I'll forgive him for that one, because it's very possible he was on his way through the door before he noticed it.
Thankfully having no trouble with that door transition and freezing the game.
Yep, that's always a bit of a worry. So now we're going to see Scotty enter Torian momentarily, and we're going to see nulldriver. See what nulldriver does to blur the bugs. He's not doing anything.
He's just leaving it up to fate.
Yeah, he's not doing any of the RNG manipulation strats you can do in this room.
What is RNG manipulation to a non-believer?
Yeah, exactly. Input lag is ish, because on the hardware there's, if I remember correctly, there's like 2 frames of input lag on Game Boy Player, and your input lag on an emulator, it depends on what your setup is, but it could very easily be more than that. Although for what it's worth, like, several top tier players play on emulator without issues, so it's not necessarily a huge issue. And if it is, it's more likely due to a specific setup than any problems with the emulators.
Alright, Scotty and Axodo going through Turian, hoping for those super drops. They don't want to drop below 4 supers.
Yep, looks like Scotty's gotten some pretty good luck from super drops in Torian, at least. Axodo
gets grabbed.
Axodo and Scotty. Ooh, unfortunate. Axodo and Scotty are actually pretty close together. The go-to. Let's see. The go-to emulator that we use for these tournaments is BizHawk with the MGBA core. MGBA is the emulator in that scenario, and BizHawk mostly acts as a front end. So we see Axodo conserving 2 supers for this next Metroid room.
Scotty getting a timely super drop, making this room a lot easier for him.
Yep, he's opting to save it for Mother Brain, it looks like.
Oh.
And Axodo... Oh, he's got 2 Metroids over here, I didn't see that. So he's using his 2 supers there. I can't blame him for that. So nulldriver heading into Torian right now. Scotty dealing with the Zebatites.
Did he hit the Zebatite with the super? It looked like he did.
No, it looks like Axodo still got 4 supers to me.
Okay.
So Scotty fighting Mother Brain. Mother Brain, like most of the bosses in this game, more just a slight obstacle than an actual boss. Axodo...
Oh, having a bit of trouble with the wall jump.
Interesting setup for Mother Brain there. Looks pretty effective. It's just a little unorthodox. Very clean Mother Brain from Axodo. Scotty... Oh, Scotty missed the escape spark. It's interesting. I didn't actually see how that happened.
He dropped Scotty a couple of times. Wore out before he could get in position.
I gotcha. Scotty, notorious for going for a 134 on the escape, which I saw him get in warm-ups, but I don't think he'll quite be coming close to that this time. Unfortunately, Axodo looks like he's having a much cleaner escape than Scotty.
Not having some trouble with the Metroids in that room, though.
Yeah, this room can go south very quickly. Just any room with a lot of Metroids. You know, if it goes wrong, it's liable to continue going wrong. Yes, wireless controllers introduce a ton of lag. I would not recommend trying to speedrun a game wirelessly. That said, you know, I play games with a controller casually, and it doesn't usually cause issues when used wirelessly. Oh, nulldriver whiffing a super on the Metroid there. Looks like he shot his ice beam a little too early, and the Metroid hadn't quite appeared yet. So Scotty and Axodo both in the cutscene, while nulldriver finishes off these last few Metroids.
Both of them getting mentally prepared for the wonder that is Suitless.
Yep, Suitless is one of the more straightforward sections, but it can be a I'm not sure I agree with dropping down for that super for nulldriver, but you could probably make a pretty good argument for either approach there.
Yeah, I guess it really depends just his comfort level in dealing with Mother Brain.
Yep. So,
right, but the thing about Suitless being straightforward is because Suitless, it's all movement based, and the movement is all the same. In the pirates, if you always do the same thing, will be completely predictable.
Yep, the pirates are very predictable and very manipulatable in Suitless. So I wouldn't expect either of these. Axodo and Scotty are both very skilled players. I wouldn't expect them to have any serious issues. Scotty's scaring me with the map skip there. Yep, Scotty wisely choosing to heal. In 100%, it is significantly faster to skip that heal entirely, but that introduces a fair bit of risk that you don't necessarily want to take in a race. And nulldriver going through his escape. Looks like he had a little bit of difficulty in the first section. I didn't see if he missed the spark or if it was some... Oh no, it was wall jumping. I did see it.
Yeah.
So Scotty going for trip wire skip here, and he gets it, no problems. Axodo also going for it. Axodo not getting it. That's unfortunate. That's a fairly large time loss for him, because now he has to wait to turn the alarm off. He can do it here or later. It looks like he's going to go for it later. So Scotty going to be continuing on. Axodo turned off the alarm right at the top of that shaft.
It's important to note, though, about Suitless, that is, when you're learning this game, if you're having trouble with wall jumps, Suitless is the part that's going to trial by fire you into learning them, or you're not going to make it do a very good job of it.
Yeah, exactly. Suitless, your platforming skills have to be very strong to have a good Suitless. So I half expect Scotty to go for the fast. No, he's not going to do it.
I was waiting for it, but then it takes a little bit of time.
I disagree with going for it when you get that power grip. I don't think it's a reasonable thing to do. But there's a pretty decent window for it. But if you get that power grip, you kind of lose at least most of the window, if not the entire window. So I didn't actually see if Axodo went for fast searchlights or not. Scotty making use of a well-placed shortcut. Axodo also making use of that shortcut. And Axodo and Scotty is turning into quite the race.
Most definitely. And oh, nulldriver.
Oh no, no.
Shame is palpable.
My stream is behind, but I knew exactly what it was. Ugh.
Didn't even need to see, you just felt it.
Yeah, as soon as you said it, and just... Oh, man. So now, oops, sorry. Yeah. Move that to an area where it won't be quite as loud.
Scotty... Is that... Scotty didn't try... Look, he didn't try to go for Samstrap, then he stopped to freeze the pirate anyway.
It's entirely possible that Scotty just has a unusual setup for Sandstrat.
Yeah, I almost feel like I shouldn't comment on Scotty's stuff. You know what he's doing, and I have no idea because it's so off the wall.
There's the comment. Scotty just forgot about Sandstrats.
Oh, okay, there's the answer.
That's another fairly classic Scotty moment. Just entirely forgetting about strats.
Well, that's not a bad one to forget, and you only save about half a second with it, so it's not a big deal.
Yeah, it's not a huge deal. So, Axodo looks like he has fallen behind. He's lost a bit of time to Scotty and Suitless. But still, there's very much tons of things that can change this. Like cleanup has a lot of very silly strats that are small time saves but huge risks, and I fully expect Scotty to go for all of them. So, yeah.
And they're both also coming up on Charlie, who if he decides that just doesn't want to give you bad patterns, then you just get bad patterns. You can't do much about it.
Yeah, that's exactly it. So you can in this category because you have, well, actually in a race scenario, because you've healed, you can do the damage boosts, which on average will save you time.
Ooh.
Not a guarantee, but...
That would have me a little worried there for a moment.
Yep. I see discussion about SNES emulator.
Ooh, I'm never taking the ball in the big room.
And I'm just going to say that if you're going to do an SNES emulator, use Huygen. It's incredibly accurate, but it's unfortunately really more expensive to run than
thankfully
other, emulators. So Scotty and Axodo just dreading what Charlie is going to give them as far as patterns go during this cutscene. Nulldriver just entering the ruins. So Scotty, it looks like he's getting a pretty slow pattern there to start with.
Oh, no. Oh, I thought Null was going to take a fall in that room and manages to still climb up.
No, I got detected. That was a decent second round for Scotty. Let's see. Oh, Axodo looks like he got a nice quick first round. Pretty slow third round for Scotty. And let's see, Axodo, not a particularly quick fourth pattern for Scotty. Really slow second pattern for Axodo.
Gotta get the most important trick.
Axodo just missing that third round shot. But he gets a fairly quick reappearance there. And he's... Oh! Oh, wow, that was close to missing, but he's got it.
Meanwhile, nulldriver getting Sam strap, but then getting noticed by the pirate while falling down.
That's why I like to freeze that pirate. It prevents silly things like that from happening, but I don't see anyone else do it. So Scotty is now unbelievably overpowered, as will be Axodo momentarily.
Let's see if he can channel that into pulling off this upcoming Shine Spark chain.
Yep. Once you have the suit back, it starts off with Gusto. Yeah, one of the more stressful tricks in the game. It's a long Shine Spark chain that costs a pretty fair amount of time if you drop it. And it looks like Scotty made me a little scared there with his space jumping, but looks like he's got it. There's just one more charge left right there. Yep, Scotty's got it. Now we'll see if Axodo can do the same thing. Nulldriver, doesn't look like he's too happy with his suitless.
He's taking a couple of falls, but he's making it through it at least.
Yep, Axodo looks like he's in a good position for getting the Shine Spark chain, and I think he's got it at this point. Yep, Axodo's got it. Scotty's got the super pack, and nulldriver's just heading up to Charlie now. So,
yeah, now we're going to see Scotty and Axodo both head up to get their next major power-up, the Power Bombs.
Yep. Main purpose of the Power Bombs is to get more Power Bombs.
Yep.
It's kind of the joke, but it's not strictly true because you need Power Bombs to get back to the rest of the game for cleanup.
Yeah, but you just get them so late that there's not much else you get a chance to do with them.
Yeah, there's not much reason to.
That any percent doesn't even get them at all.
Nope. Scotty, it looks like he's far to the left there. Yep, Scotty just
makes a little bit of an unintended bonk there.
Yep, that's the drawback with the immediately spark strats. If you're not in exactly the right position, nulldriver getting a very slow first pattern. Axodo got the spark, so that'll save him a little bit of time over Scotty. So there's not much else that happens here until we get back to Glass Tube.
Yep, so in the meantime, it's just clean movement means hopefully either pulling further ahead for Scotty or Axodo catching up to him.
Yep, it's very possible Axodo could make up a little bit of time, depending on small movement mistakes made by Scotty.
That swag missile door though.
Yep, or Scotty could pull ahead for the same reason. Gunert reset his run, so it looks like he saved there. So Scotty properly getting the charge beam strat there.
All right, nulldriver coming up on that Shine Spark chain. Let's see how he does with it.
Yep. Scotty and Axodo almost to power bombs. First power bomb pack you can get is right at the very end of the game. So we have to go all the way out to the final area and then backtrack back to the rest of the game. Looks like Scotty's having a little bit of trouble with his space jumping.
Nulldriver getting it first try.
Yep. First try for everyone on that missile pack, on that energy tank. That's always good to see.
Absolutely. I love seeing that.
Yep. So Scotty is going to be getting his power bombs momentarily.
And out of excitement, just using both of them pretty much immediately.
Yep. Excuse me. Need the first one to open that door, need the second one to blow open those blocks. So power bomb management is actually a fairly important part of this run.
Yep. In fact, the only mandatory refill we take in this part of the run is because of power bombs.
Yep. Although we take refill. Well, yeah, you do refill in warfare for health as well, but you technically could skip refilling. It would just be horrifyingly slow because you'd have to farm all that health. So now we're going to be seeing Scotty and Axodo coming up on another fairly important trick, the glass tube.
Robot trolling Scotty a little bit there.
Scotty having some issues with that work bot. And Scotty's now out of power bombs, so this is why we'll be seeing him refill, because he needs a power bomb to break the glass tube. So let's see how Scotty handles the work bot room. It's okay, I guess. It's not the cleanest, not the quickest work bot room I've seen, but he didn't get stuck with the work bot. That work bot can
ruin your day.
Yeah, he can either get stuck right in front of that thing and you'll have to wait for him to turn around and walk out. There's a lot of things that can go wrong with that work bot, but...
Yeah, because they are 100% indestructible.
Yep, the only thing you can do is shoot them with missiles to make them move faster in the direction they're already facing.
Alright, Scotty coming up on glass tube here.
Yep, hopefully... I'm like 75% sure he's going to go for the space jump method. He says he has a really consistent setup for it, so...
I'd like to see it. Oh, he gets it.
Yeah. That was very close to missing, but he's got it. Axodo, I have a feeling we'll see Axodo go for the Shine Spark method. It's not quite as fast, but it's significantly safer.
Oh no, he goes for spaceship and gets it a little bit quicker even.
Wow! Aggressive move. Aggressive. It's very much not unheard of, even for top runners, to just go for the Shine Spark method. I think, if memory serves, I think we even saw Eagle do that in his race.
Scotty, unfortunately, not getting powerbomb drops in that one room.
Yep. Fortunately, it's not necessary, but it does save you 5 seconds and a lot of potential headache.
Yep.
So Axodo not getting it either, so
we get to see the chain of Shine Sparks and Criteria instead.
Yep, the good old Ming Li trick.
Is that what we call it?
After a certain race, yeah, that's what some people have taken to calling it. If you want more information on it, you can always just ask JRP.
Why am I not surprised it is involving JRP?
Axodo, that powerbomb was pretty far to the right, but it worked. Yep. The gist of it was there was quite a bit of, as a funny joke, JRP had overlaid his map with a Ming Li for his race, and he had an unfortunate incident with this Shine Spark chain, and out of shame, covered the entire screen with the Ming Li.
Meanwhile, Scotty and looks like Axodo is about to get the Criteria powerbomb with no problems.
Yep. So, Scotty screwing up the Criteria space boost right out of the gate, too. That's unfortunate. It's not something I would usually expect to see from Scotty.
Oh, Axodo also bonking and not getting that space boost.
Yep, Axodo also doesn't look like he laid the powerbomb there prematurely, which, if you screw up that space boost, it is faster to lay the powerbomb early. So...
Speaking of space boost, here comes Scotty about to try the Turian space boost.
Yep, Turian space boost is one of those ones. It's not that hard once you have a feel for where you can go, but where you can go is kind of misleading. Full driver taking a mandatory refill. So Scotty.
Oh, like you have no.
Yeah, see, that's exactly what I mean. Scotty was way too low there. You can go very high up with that space boost, but Scotty went low. And Axodo could very much pull ahead here if he gets it, which he does.
Yeah, he does.
Whew. Axodo taking a nice lead over Scotty after that unfortunate incident with the Torian space boost. Scotty, what are you doing, man? Just like...
And nulldriver setting up for the diagonal shine spark method for the glass tube we were talking about.
Yep, that's the much safer method, and almost certainly the method you'll see most people do in this tourney. Oh, man.
Oh, there we go.
That looks better. Yeah, see, he went high and he had no problems. You always go high with that space boost. But unfortunately, he lost quite a bit of time to Axodo there. So Scotty opting for space jump methods. Technically slower, but the platforming in that room is awkward, so most people, don't try it.
Nulldriver not getting any powerbomb drops in that room either, so he's also going to be having to do those criteria shine sparks.
Yep. So Axodo making his way back to Kraid. Because of the routing choices, there's not much to do in Kraid this time around. There is a route you can take where you'll go through the whole acid worm area, plus a few other, plus parts of the lower part of Kraid. Axodo taking an odd ball spark there. And I fully expect, I see Mandatobi making reference to Scotty doing Norfair Space Boost, which I fully expect him to go for.
Yeah, so do I.
It's Norfair Space Boost is one of those tricks that's it saves, I think, about 3 seconds, but you lose comfortably more than that if you screw it up, and it's not the easiest trick in the world. So we're going to see Axodo make his way back to Norfair. Now there are technically 2 different cleanup routes you can do in Norfair. The one you'll be seeing more often than not is lower Norfair cleanup.
Oh, no, sorry, bouncing on the door.
Sorry, excuse me, upper Norfair cleanup. That involves going through the Norfair Space Boost room during cleanup instead of the heated room. Lower Norfair cleanup goes through the Norfair Space Boost room early on.
Oh, nulldriver unfortunately dropping the shine spark chain. Now he's gonna have to go back and regain it.
Yeah, it's unfortunate.
This being one of the big drawbacks, not having that extra power bomb.
Yeah, exactly. If you have the extra power bomb, you can just blast through there without any trouble.
Oh, so, no.
Nulldriver. So now Scotty. And Scotty. Oh, that's Axodo. Sorry, Axodo comfortably getting the Norfair Space Boost.
Ooh, look at him go.
Very fancy little strat there. That's the prevalence of that strat nowadays has made Eagle very unhappy.
Is he not a fan of that strat?
He's not a fan of that strat because he considers it not worth going for the most part. Oh, nulldriver. Man, I feel pretty bad. Scotty comfortably getting Norfair Space Boost.
Called it.
Yep, I'm thoroughly unsurprised that he went for that. Axodo with the reverse Norfair Space Boost. That is something you don't see that often.
Yeah, look at this. Getting some serious swag in this race.
That I think saves in the general vicinity of half a second.
It gains you so many style points.
Exactly. You may not save time, but you gain style points. It is a little faster because you don't have the wind up and the bonk animations, but not nearly as much of a time save as the first one. Scotty also doing the reverse. I expect nothing less.
And nulldriver, meanwhile, getting ready to move into Turian, and oh, I thought I was going to get the Criteria Space Boost for a moment there. It doesn't quite make it.
Man, 0 for 3 on the Criteria Space Boost so far. Scotty.
Oh, no, go ahead.
Sorry. Yeah, Scotty failed Torian Space Boost 3 times. That's what caused it. Or yeah, twice. He failed it twice, had to attempt it 3 times. So Axodo performing the tutorial spark here. And then he's going to be picking up one more missile pack. We'll see if he can get this space boost that doesn't really have a name. But I call it, I take to call it the miniature warfare space boost. Yeah, he's comfortably got it.
Yeah, I think that's what I started calling it too. It's a pretty good name for it.
I mean, powerbomb drop there. He doesn't need it, so he's not going to waste any time getting it.
All right, Axodo. Nulldriver getting that space boost, no problem, Turian.
Yep, and then you know why? Because it went high. You can go very, very high with that. Nulldriver opting for platforming method, which is technically faster, but some people, don't necessarily want to put in that level of work for so little time gain. Scotty having no issues with the small warfare space boost. Now Axodo coming up to the final missile pack of the game.
And no problems there.
Yep, no problem. That strat's not quite as difficult as it looks. It's one that always kind of scares me a little bit, but it's not one you see people fail all that often.
Yeah, there's a couple of ways you can screw it up. Like maybe you don't jump quite high enough for the shine spark, or you take a little bit too long to fall down, or whatever. There's any number of things that can go wrong, but they happen a lot less often than you'd think.
Yeah, the biggest thing is you can't stay in morph ball while you're falling, or else you won't fall far enough to the right.
I've made that mistake a couple of times.
Yeah, I made that mistake once. Exactly, and never to do again. So Scotty now going to be making his way back into Chozodia and going to be following Axodo towards the most out-of-the-way item in the game. So basically there's not much to say here, really. They're going way out of their way to pick up a single powerbomb tank that we can't get until now. Just because it needs powerbombs and we don't have them the first time we go through here.
Yep. Just a long detour.
Mm-hmm. And it's just, again, just movement. And Axodo cheekily rooting for himself in chat.
Oh, as a quick note though, just even that we talk about Scotty and Axodo racing, but this is not technically a 4-way race. It's 2 1v1s, so they're not actually racing each other. We're just treating it like that because they're the ones who are closest.
Yep, and also worth noting is Axodo knows exactly how this is going to happen because this is a pre-recorded VOD for Gunert and Axodo because they were unable to find a time to get together for a race. So now we're going to be looking for... Axodo's got his out-of-the-way powerbomb. We're going to be looking for Scotty not to screw up placing that powerbomb, which he didn't. That's good. Always good to see. And...
yeah, thankfully that's the last time that not having a powerbomb can really screw you over.
Yep, at this point, there's just a couple of places you'll want to save powerbombs for, and we get enough powerbombs where it's not... from tanks, it's just not a big issue at this point. So now we'll be seeing Scotty and Axodo both heading down towards the point the starting point for Suitless. I had a bit of a brain fart there and couldn't think of the name. This powerbomb. Oops, sorry. Go ahead.
Oh no, go ahead.
I was just going to point out that this powerbomb that Axodo's at, after he goes back into the ship, that's where the old route and the new route will have converged.
I will also make a little observation that if for people who miss glass tube, a lot of times they'll actually just go and get that powerbomb early, because then it gives them the powerbomb they need and not have to worry about the pickups and can just skip the annoying chain of shine sparks and criteria.
Yep. Plus, getting that powerbomb now is only faster because getting that powerbomb earlier prevents you from doing glass tube.
Yeah.
So if you miss glass tube, you're pretty much always going to see people go get that power bomb. So now Axodo's making his way back towards where we started suitless. Doing a little run around the room there.
Making just one of those spare power bombs there too, and not have to wait for that pirate to open the gate.
Yep.
Getting ready for map skip part 2.
Yep. It's going to be this map skip's a bit. It's different because they're going to be. You're going to have to skip the map while space boosting. Axodo gets a problem. It looks like he. Oh no, he did get this. Oh, right. That was a bit of a roller coaster there.
I don't even know what ride this is.
It looked like he was too low going into the door, but then he recovered it for a jump and then right into the floor. And Axodo's got 99% at this point. Hopefully.
Getting to the final item,
Yep.
which is surprisingly annoying sometimes.
Yep, there's 2 approaches you can take. Scotty, I expect. Yep, no issues skipping the map.
He's going to take this approach, no doubt.
Yep, I expect. I would expect Axodo to do the Shine Spark method. I would expect Scotty to do the Space Jump method. That should be fine. Yeah, comfortably fine. And now, see nulldriver getting the miniature space boost.
Yeah, the final energy tank is concealed behind a bunch of trip lasers, and the problem with getting it is that if you trip the lasers, the gate closes and you can't get the energy tank. But unlike other rooms, just killing pirates doesn't reset the alarm. You have to actually leave the room, which means you have to do a Shine Spark, a speed booster jump to break the blocks in the floor to get to it a second time. So there's a lot of time wasted if you trip the alarm.
Yep. If you screw up getting that E-tank, it's at least 20 or 30 seconds lost. I think it's closer to 30. But I don't remember exactly. So now nulldriver going for this last missile pack. He passed no issues. So now we see Axodo setting up for...
Oh, he's going space jump.
Space jump E-tank for Axodo.
Oh!
So
Almost gets it.
Oh, right at the very end, too. That's rough. So now, that could... I don't know if that's quite enough for Scotty to catch up, but definitely makes it closer. If Scotty gets a first try.
Oh no, he messed it up again.
Oh, okay. Scotty very much could catch up at this point. And as expected, Scotty goes for Space Jump E-Tank. Looks good. Yeah. Space Jump E-Tank is free. Axodo. Looks like he left a little too early there. And didn't quite break all the blocks. And now Axodo's going for the safe method.
Can't say I blame him.
Yeah, it's not unheard of. The Space Jump E-Tank does save about 5 seconds, I believe. So.
All right, now we're Iron Ted time. We're about to find out for sure. This is a 100% run.
Yep. If he goes down in 6 supers, then that's a bad sign. But Scotty's got 100%. So that's kind of not the cleanest fight, but it's far from the worst. Axodo practicing his bomb jumping there a bit.
The reason we say that is because when you have 100% Mecha Ridley / Iron Ted...
Oh, no, nulldriver. Okay, nulldriver's got the extra.
Oh.
He laid that power bomb way too low. Okay, that scared me a bit. And Axodo's got 100% as well. So, also having a not incredibly clean Mecha Ridley fight. He's got it. Oh, that's why he's going for the... He was going for the missile glitch, but he unfortunately screw attacked into it. So Scotty...
For the bomb?
He's going for door bomb. Oh, too early.
So
I didn't see if Scotty got door bomb.
I don't think he tried for it.
Man, that surprises me because door bomb it saves less than 1/10 of a second. That's prime for a Scotty to go for it.
Speaking of tricks, see if he gets the shine break.
Yep, last trick in the game right here. Escape spark. There's a new setup for it that makes it a 3 or 4 frame window. Oh, Scotty, man, Scotty.
Ooh.
So the original strat here was a 2 frame window, but the new setup makes it significantly easier. Scotty. Okay, of course. Okay, thank you.
Okay.
I did go for door bomb. I was gonna say I'd be extremely disappointed if he didn't.
Just too much going on the screen, man. Sorry for me to keep up with all of it sometimes.
Four ways can be challenging.
It's a very good black pirate fight. And Scotty is done.
Scotty's done. Looks like PSRL window here. Looks like
114. Wait, he has 2 of them. 114.45. There we go.
Oh, looks like he accidentally finished or accidentally undid himself or something. He probably looks like he undone himself while typing. He's gonna have an official time of 114.45.
Oh no, Axodo missing that spark, having to go through that room the old-fashioned way.
That's unfortunate. We'll see if he can get a clean Black Pirates to make up for it. Not bad. Not bad at all. So now we'll be seeing Scotty clearly not happy with that. Clearly not happy with that result. I wonder if we'll see him pop in here for an interview. But
now we're just wait and see what their in-game times are.
Shoot, I can shoot.
yep, we'll just see. And then nulldriver is picking up the last power bomb tank here. And he should be at 99% as well, and then he's just going to have space jump. E-tank left, which I don't expect him to go for. I would expect nulldriver to just do the safe method at this point.
I'm inclined to agree with you, but you never know. It's been an interesting race. Anything could happen.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, he may opt to just say, you know what? Why not? Let's just go for it. Because this run, I don't think if his comments in the chat are anything to go by, I don't think he's been terribly happy with it. So he might try to just redeem the run.
We'll see soon enough.
So, Scotty cutting off before the in-game time, it looks like. We'll accidentally loaded a save. So now we'll be seeing if nulldriver goes for the space jump E-tank or not. I'm actually very curious. Who do we have?
Scotty, congratulations.
Hello, hello.
Congratulations on your stunning victory.
Yeah, thanks. That was entirely a train wreck.
Yeah, I mean, not even criteria super JBJ. Like,
I know.
disappointed.
In fact, I thought I had something consistent, and I think I got the frame perfect shot, like when you go into Morphball.
Yeah, and we see nulldriver doing the safe method for the E-tank. And we're also going to be seeing Axodos in game time. So, looks like Looks like Axodo has an in-game time of 54:01. Wow. That's something. So, what were your thoughts on that race, Scotty? Besides, it was a train wreck.
I think I was having a lot of frame rate issues. I was dropping a lot of inputs, especially in the escape. You may have noticed.
Yeah, I saw
in the terrain escape, that is.
Yeah, I saw that was pretty sloppy. We see nulldriver has 100%, so that's good. So, let me pull up the bracket here real quick, see who your next match would be against. Ooh, your next match. That actually has a lot of potential to be a very, very good race.
I sure hope so. It's as long as it's not like this one.
Yeah.
Or as long as I don't perform the way I did in this one, that is.
Yeah. Let me see. I forget which time. I forget the times that Mobius has posted. Looks like he's posted a 1:13:31 and a 1:13:50. Are you intimidated?
Not really.
Okay.
I'm glad we answered that.
It's been a while since I got a 114 at all, so.
Mm-hmm. So now he's actually. I actually didn't see if nulldriver went for door bomb. I was very surprised when Crunchy told me he didn't think you went for door bomb.
I missed it. I'm sorry. There are 4 screens.
Yeah, it can be very tough to keep up with all 4. See nulldriver coming in for shine break. How do you feel about that missed shine break, by the way?
I kind of expected it.
Speaking of missed shine breaks.
Yeah, if you're gonna mention Turian.
Space boost?
Yeah.
I wasn't going to, but if you're going to bring it up,
I wasn't watching nulldriver.
Yeah. Torian space boost. Nulldriver had a series
goes.
of unfortunate incidents. But you and Axodo's pre-recorded VOD had a pretty strong race going for a little bit.
Yeah, I noticed.
Alright, nulldriver finishing up with an SRL time of 1:21:30.
Yep. And alright, so Scotty, any final thoughts? Any trash talk? I don't actually know. I haven't seen Mobius post anything, so I have no idea if he's even in here.
Nah,
In the chat.
no.
No trash talk. Disappointing.
No trash talk.
Disappointing.
I'm sorry, I'm not much for
Not even-
trash talking.
Not even a sub Mobius is free.
Alright, fine. Sub Mobius is free.
Alright, well, that's something, I guess.
Nulldriver speedrunning the credits for us here.
Yep, get right to the end game time. And looks like Gunert's picked up that E-tank.
Alright, Null with an in-game time of 59:32, still cutting that sub-hour.
So, Gunert's run is actually also pre-recorded. I see that in chat. Gunert and Axodo were both VODs.
Yeah, and unfortunately, we're having trouble with scheduling, and we couldn't. They couldn't both be online at the same time. So rather
than push back their race until next weekend, they just both submitted VODs to the tournament organizers.
Scotty, meanwhile, trash talking to someone who is not his next opponent in chat. That's fine.
Let's see. Is there any conceivable way Scotty would face Mandatobi?
I don't think so.
Yeah, they're both on completely opposite sides of the losers bracket. So Mandatobi would have to get through Dragon Fangs, and probably myself actually, and Scotty would have to get through Mobius, Ross, and Mickey.
Probably yourself. Goodness, John, do you have faith you're going to trounce Eagle?
I mean, if he has another Amarak crash, it could happen.
Oh. Yeah, I still told my friends, just like, how'd your race go? They asked me. I'm like, oh, it went great. My opponent had his Amarak crash twice and still won by 10 minutes.
That was only 7.
Oh,
Just a little bit
right.
credit.
Okay, yeah.
I mean, if that happens, if Eagle puts up another 120, you know. I mean,
the point is, a lot of the races we have left are all going to be really good races.
Yep, I think in the next round, the next round races that are open at the moment, I think, are in the winners bracket, myself and Eagle and Mickey versus Paulsmore.
Yeah, Paul's is tonight, actually, so that's going to be...
Oh, yeah, it is, that's right.
That's going to be a good one. I'm looking forward to that one.
Yep, Paulsmore is probably one of the most consistent runners of this game. Like, pretty much every time I see him race, he pretty much always posts a mid-112. It's incredible consistency. And I think if memory serves, his PB is like a 112.02, so to be that close to your PB with pretty much every run is very uncommon. And then I think next up in the losers bracket, we're going to be having Axodo and JRP, and then Scotty and Mobius. Which I'm really looking forward to the Scotty and Mobius matchup. That one should be pretty good. So, alright. Yeah. So now that I'm finished kind of looking at all the brackets, where's Gunert at? Just heading up for power bombs. Actually, I don't know what the speed gaming schedule is at the moment.
I'll take a look real quick.
Yep, I don't know if we're going to be seeing this.
There's nothing else going on until 5 p.m. when there's more Link to the Past rando.
Okay. Looks like we're readjusting to have only Axodo and Gunert here.
Alrighty.
So looks like since there's nothing else on the calendar, it looks like we'll be seeing Gunert's run through all the way to the end.
Alright, Gunert, if I'm not mistaken, is relatively new to just Zero Mission in general.
I believe so. I haven't seen him around the Discord for very long. So, and you can kind of see he has some unorthodox routing choices. That he's going to be coming up to the mandatory refill here pretty soon, and you're going to be seeing his ammo count is going to be different from the standard 220 and 4. So he opts to pick up a lot of the stuff that you would typically grab and clean up on the first time through. So he's performing the shine break strategy for the work bot there. And okay. Yes, I was for some reason thinking he had an extra power.
I'm surprised.
Oh, looks like he's just checking his item counts. Yep. Sorry, what were you saying?
I'm just noticing that several items that I'd normally think would be there, he'd already grabbed them. I'm just wondering when he went to grab them.
Yeah, he grabs a lot of stuff the first time through. So I think we'll be seeing him have something like 220 missiles here. Okay, 215.
All right, I'll be curious to see if he attempts glass too, because there's usually no harm in attempting it.
If memory serves, he doesn't. I believe he opts for. Let's see. I'm trying to remember. I want to say he opts for a sort of like. I think he does the intended setup for that energy tank.
You do see him go for that powerbomb tank we talked about earlier. If you're not going to go for glass tube, there's really no reason not to get this now.
Yep, no. If you're not gonna do glass tube, absolutely get this powerbomb tank. It makes life significantly easier, and it does actually save time. Yeah, he's a little off to the left there, but that's all right. Not quite getting. That's only a couple of seconds. It's not a big deal. This game is a remake of Super Metroid on the GBA. Yes, it is.
Metroid 1. I would definitely not be opposed to a Super Metroid remake in this style, though.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I always go back and forth on the Super Metroid remake because I don't. I tend not to play Metroid games casually anymore, which kind of makes, except for like Metroid 2, but like I don't know, playing Super Metroid casually. There's a lot of improvements that could be made, because a lot of it is just kind of clunky in my feel. But like I feel if you were to make the speed booster setup so that it works like it does in Zero Mission, that would make it a significantly less entertaining speed game. You know?
Yeah, I think you're actually right thinking about that.
So, but I mean, at this point, like if there's any new Metroid game, I will more than likely wind up buying it.
Incidentally, JRP talking about the rumors of a Metroid at E3. If that ends up being false, I'm going to hold it against him.
Oh, I'm assuming that it's false. I'm not going to believe any statements about a new Metroid game until I have the game in my hands and am currently playing it.
No, yeah. I try to do the same thing, but unfortunately, the little part of my brain that holds on to hope, it's like, no, part of brain, please stop. You're just going to be disappointed later, but it can't help it. Just wants to believe.
I know. Even if it wasn't, I haven't played like any of the Prime games, but like even if it was a new Prime game, I would still absolutely buy it, because it's not like the Prime games are bad games. I just have serious issues with the controls. Makes it thoroughly unenjoyable for me.
Oh, we're gonna get to see the intended method, and also the method that what you do if you get a powerbomb drop.
Yep, if you're doing glass tube and you get a powerbomb drop, you'll be seeing this method. Significantly safer and significantly faster. So the most important thing for Gunert to do here is to break the blocks that he is about to break. Those blocks, because if you break those blocks, you can recharge your spark there without having to go all the way back to the other room.
Yeah, and you also see him take a few extra recharges there, and that really comes down to your level of comfort, because dropping the shine charge is also a little bit annoying.
Yeah, you don't really want to drop shine charges. It's preferable to take a few extra safety recharges than it is to drop the thing and have to go all the way back to reset it. And I'm not sure if he actually even attempted the space boost there.
I think he tried, but he ended up accidentally, because I think he was going to try it, but he hit the jump too late, which is why when he ran off the platform, he was somersaulting after he ran.
Yes. I think that's exactly what happened. So now we'll see him. I'm curious to see if he will attempt the Shine Spark, because you can Shine Spark here instead of doing the Space Boost. The Space Boost obviously is faster, and in some ways it's easier, but...
He's going. Ooh. Yeah, the thing about the Shine Spark is the setup for it can be a bit weird, because if you're too low or too high, you'll hit something in the Mother Brain Room.
Yeah, the Shine Spark is very precise positioning, but you don't have to worry about knocking into something with a space jump. Gunert, lands on the 1 block wide pillar. That's unfortunate.
Looks pretty good here. Gets it.
Man, how far behind am I? Okay, well, Gunert was setting up for the spark, and now he's reclimbing. So I guess I was behind by a pretty fair bit.
And yeah, he got it that time though.
Yeah, I mean, I'm assuming he's not leaving the area and just saying, you know what, I'll come back for this later.
He's going for the 9% world record. It's fine.
Of course.
All right, now I admit I didn't see what he did or didn't get in Norfair and Kraid, so I'll be curious to see if there's anything different in how he does cleanup there.
If I remember correctly, you might remember I was mentioning upper and lower Norfair cleanup, and how pretty much everyone does upper Norfair cleanup nowadays. But yeah. I believe Gunert actually does neither Norfair cleanup. He gets both of them early on. That's if I remember correctly from his first race. So
yeah, that's one thing I always really liked about Zero missions, that there are certainly routes that are unquestionably faster, but a lot of cases you'll see people have differences in how they run things just based on their comfort level and just what they like doing with execution.
Yeah, there's a lot of flexibility for routing in 100%. So, like, there's this route. There's also, you can also split. You can do early or late Brinstar. You can do early or late Kraid. You can do upper or lower Norfair. And if you're a complete madman, you can do late Wave.
Yeah, I was about to say, like, if you're like
Toby.
That race was absurd, and I loved it.
Yep, that was excellent. And Gunert looks like he doesn't actually know about the Shine Spark out of there. So then, what's the other? The other absurd thing you could do for 100% is you could actually do Ridley first 100%. I have never seen anyone do it, so I don't know specifically how it works, but it is something you can do.
Yeah, the big problem with that just being you'd have to go back to Ridley later, so you don't have to speed boost it.
Yeah, it's. I don't think it's faster, or if it is, it's very slightly faster, but just so stupid that no one bothers doing it. Yeah, you can see Gunert already has that missile pack down below, so he's just space jumping across this room.
Oh, it takes a tumble anyway, unfortunately.
That's rough.
Well, better to take it now than take it earlier, because I think we've seen one or two folks, unfortunately, take that tumble when they're trying to leave Kraid. Not going down to get the Ross power bombs. What's going? Did he already get them? He couldn't have. Or he's gonna get them when he comes back around. Good, this is like an adventure. I'm not sure what's going to happen next.
Yeah, that's... So now he's going to have to... He did make the slightly unorthodox choice of not grabbing the power bomb. Earlier, so is he resetting the room there? And Gunert... Oh, I see what he's doing. Or I think I saw what he was doing.
Is it actually faster to take 2 door transitions instead of waiting for the block to respawn?
For game time, yes. Real time, I don't think so. If you break the block down at the bottom already, like if as soon as you enter that room, if you break the block, it's faster to just kind of wait like a second or two for that block to reform.
All right. That's actually another interesting thing about Zero missions, that the game's been run for so long that there are multiple routes that are some that are faster for in-game time, some that are faster for real time, and depending on what you do or depending on how long you've been running it, sometimes you'll see a mixture of the two.
Well, part of that was for a long time this game primarily used in-game time, up until I think a couple of years ago when I believe it was either Dragon Fangs or ZX497 who made a video about just how broken game time actually is in this game. The basic gist of it is during certain spots, if you mash the pause button, then during like some of the transitions there, you'll see like things advancing, but the game time won't advance, like during boss death cutscenes, for example.
I'm a bit confused to where Gunert is going.
Yeah, this is new to me as well, because I thought I remembered. Obviously, what I thought I remembered was not correct.
I guess he's just taking an alternate route back.
So, yeah, he's making a few unorthodox choices here. Because he's going to do... I think he's going to be doing the Shine Spark right... Ah, he falls. I don't think he was trying to do that.
Okay. Yeah, you already got the missile tank
So
here.
Yep, so he's probably... I don't think you meant to lay that power bomb either, but...
Okay, and we can assume that he got John Missile's first tries, so there's
Yep,
no
and
reason
he
to go back there.
he shoots out the floor, unfortunate.
Oh goodness, I've made that mistake a couple of times, because you're just kind of shooting, not thinking about it, and the wave beam can just ruin your day sometimes.
It's not something you'd like to see, but... it does happen. I think Gunert already has the missiles from down below here. So, yeah, he does.
Yep.
So he's going to be just going straight to Criteria. He does not have the missiles in Criteria because you cannot get those your first time through here.
Alright, I'll see how he does with those.
Yep.
Oh, he's going for the intended method, I think.
Yeah, that's what it looks like. The old route actually used to do the space boost through here and then take this path through Chozodia to collect the really out-of-the-way power bombs and then come on back here and then take the other door through the bottom of Chozodia to grab the glass tube E-tank. Takes a wind spark right into the ceiling there. Probably realized after he stored that spark that there's not actually a ramp for him to use on the way back.
But he gets the missile tank and just starts doing the final bit of, double checking.
Yep, just double checking he's got everything. It looks good from here. So now he's just going to be making his way out to the very out of the way powerbomb.
Alright, let's see if he does the thing. Oh, he does not. Thankfully, none of them. Going through that door, an interesting thing. If you're actually holding right when you pass through the door, you'll just body slam into that pirate and get knocked back through the door, which is always unfortunate. So you have to actually let go.
I think if you shoot like frame perfectly, it may not be actually frame perfect, but it's very precise. You can actually run into a frozen pirate instead of running into the not frozen pirate.
Yeah, I suppose if you have the charge beam and let go of the button through the buffer the shot, that can do it.
Yeah, since either way, you're still going to have to stop. Pretty much everyone just opts to stop holding right. So there's not really much interesting going on here at the moment. Just going to be moving through the ruins.
Yep, and he's got an extra power bomb as well, so he's sitting pretty at the moment.
Yep. Even if he does misplace his first one, he's still got a backup, so he doesn't have to go refill.
Yeah, there's a reason that when you pass through that door that you see everyone jump before they drop the power bomb. So that way they can break both sets of power bomb blocks in that tower.
Mm-hmm. That's exactly it. And not only is it faster, but if you don't have any spare power bombs, you only have one power bomb at this point.
Yeah.
So we see Gunert taking the jump there, so no problems for him.
Yeah, and accidentally not bombing the top and running out of power bombs is extremely costly because the space pirates don't drop anything. So you have to go all the way back to the save room.
Yep, that's a very unfortunate time loss. If memory serves, it's about like a minute. I want to say a minute, maybe even a minute and a half. I don't remember where the closest save room is at this point.
It's the one you have to duck into if you miss Sam Strat. I don't think we have a name for it, as far as I know.
Yeah. That's pretty far out of your way, so you don't really want to have to go back that way.
Yeah, thankfully, to my knowledge, there really aren't any mistakes aside from dying, there really aren't any mistakes that will outright kill your run. There's always backup strats for a race, just some of them cost a lot of time.
Yep. At this point, without how much, totally lost my train of thought there. With how much health he has, it's not much risk of dying at all.
Yeah. I mean, interestingly, even with Gravity Suit, Pirates still can hurt you, and any percent you can still very easily die in this section, but 100% it's incredibly rare.
Yeah. It's honestly, once you get past like Wave Beam, it's very rare to see someone die in 100%.
Yeah, those heated rooms literally are the last big dying threat.
Yep. Like in 100%, the places you'll see people die in 100% are like probably the first one would be Hive Room. Then at Hive Room, then there's Norfair. Kraid's not really deadly. It's just kind of difficult to do well.
Yeah. I mean, well, learning it might have some trouble. Sometimes you have difficulty wall jumping out of the acid worm's acid, but
yeah.
But once you get the hang of acid worm, that's a pretty uncommon thing to happen.
Yeah, and then once you're out of Kraid, it's Norfair, and then after Norfair, it's really, really rare to see people die in this category because you have so much energy. But like you can see, Gunert's taken a fair bit of damage, but he still has a fairly significant amount of health left.
Yeah.
Gunert, I don't think has to worry about the map here.
Nope. No.
that should be 98% for Gunert.
Yep. I don't think we'll see him doing the doing space jump strats with the final energy tank, but you never know.
I wouldn't think so.
I mean, he did do early Brinstar cleanup. I mean, so anything is possible.
Yeah, true. True. I wasn't expecting him to do early Brinstar, and you know, we all know where that went.
And he did
conserving his power bombs.
Did it the second time too, and he did finish it.
Yep. Early Brinstar is tricky, especially from a beginner's perspective, because your bomb jumping needs to be very, very tight to do early Brinstar. Gunert has a really low super missile count here. Usually you want to see closer to 30, because it takes 18, I think, to kill Mecha Ripley. I think it's 18.
That makes sense. He has 300% health, so 6 more 18 makes sense.
Yeah, laying that power bomb a smidgen early.
Yeah, that's the other thing. It's so a lot of times with people who've been running this game a long time, you'll see them drop power bombs what seemingly really far away from where they need to be, but that's just because they take a few seconds to explode.
Mm-hmm. So part of the smaller optimization in this game is laying your power bombs as soon as you can, because their fuse is pretty long.
Gunert's taken quite a few hits, but he's still not really in danger unless he has a hard time with Iron
E-Tank. E-Tank. He's gonna have full health. Yeah, so
why do I keep forgetting that?
I don't know. I've forgotten about it too. That's a little bit of an unusual power bomb location. Typically, you would lay the power bomb in the hidden passage, so it breaks some of those blocks on the right. But hopefully, we don't see Gunert forgetting about the E-Tank. Okay, okay. He had me a little worried there that he was going to forget about the very last item. No, he just has a different setup that he uses.
I don't think I've ever seen that stuff before.
The reason for that is because it adds door transitions, and you obviously don't want to add door transitions. Although I guess, you know, if it's what he's comfortable with, it's probably better than.
Yeah. That's what it really comes down to. I mean, you can talk about optimal strats all you want, but if there's another strat that's a little bit slower, but you get more consistently, then that's the better choice.
Mm-hmm. There's a lot of strats like that in this game that are just, you know, faster on average, but you have to be consistent with them, like Brinstar Super in any percent.
Oh god, I still don't even do that trick.
I don't do it either. It's optimally it's slower, but that requires good drops in Torian.
Yeah.
So
there we go.
Looks like I'm way behind again. So now
setting up for the Shine Spark by the looks of it.
Yep.
Oh no, drops a little bit too low.
Yep. Wow, that's the worst. The worst.
The thing about the Shine Spark there is you can't do it from that platform, and you can't drop too low either. Otherwise, you'll bonk on the far right and still trip the wire. Yep. So you have to drop a little bit.
Yep, you drop about a block. It's more precise than you would expect. Not good. The air conditioning has come on.
Horizontal Shine Sparks are kind of weird sometimes.
Yeah, like as much as people talk about this Shine Spark being the free strat, it's not as free as it would seem. It's certainly easier than the space jump, but
yeah, you got it. There we go.
Yeah, that looks good. So now we're gonna get the confirmation that Gunert has 100%, which, hey, I think he does. He checked his map to make sure he had everything.
Yeah.
So
I don't think anyone get less than 100% yet, so I have no reason to think we can start doing it now.
Yeah, I don't think we have. I know a couple of people who had gotten 99% in the D Rust runs, but I don't think it's happened in a tourney match so far.
I don't think he has enough supers to finish him off, you know. He's gonna have to use normal missiles.
Yeah, it looks like he went in with a low super count anyway. But no, he does not have 99%. Mecha Ridley goes down in only 6 supers if you don't have 100%, and he's going down in far more than 6 supers here. So the other thing about Mecha Ridley in 100% is that he does more damage. So you can see Gunert's taking quite a bit of damage at this point, but he takes him down. So that's pretty much everything for Gunert. Last major obstacle is Escape Spark. So,
which I think it'd be kind of fun, interesting, I guess, because I think Axodo missed it. So for Gunert to get it, you regain a few style points in my book for that.
I mean, I guess. I mean, I don't know. For real style points, you got to go for Escape Space Boost.
Ooh.
Although I don't expect like anyone to do that because it's hard, and done optimally, it saves 1/3 of a second. So it's not something you would. It's not something you expect people to do.
Goodness, when you put it that way, I'm surprised Scotty didn't do it.
Yeah, right. Only saves 1/3 of a second. Oh, okay. He was going to attempt it.
Damn.
Just classic Scotty. Gunert opting not to try for Shine Break, which makes sense if you're not consistent with it. The important thing would be to break from speed boost blocks.
Yeah. Opting to kill the pirate, which is understandable. Sometimes he has an annoying way of just shooting you when you list. Ooh, a little bit too low though.
No, Gunert, no. No, Gunert. That's okay. He still got through most of it, so that's far better than bonking right at the start.
Maybe you just really want to take care of that red pirate.
So now he had, with this amount of health, he can comfortably face tank the pirates. And that's
that.
That's a wrap for Gunert. Finishing with a final time of something. His timer is not displayed, so I don't know what his final time was. But I would estimate it's in the general vicinity of 2 hours.
Oh, there we go. It is. Stop moving it around. I can't read it. 147.32.
Oh, that looks like it. Oh, because that was.
Personal best.
Okay, so that's right. He reset his timer when he reset his game.
But he got what looked like to be an 18-second PB, so nicely done, Gunert. So good on him for getting that PB. Unfortunately, this is double elimination, so Gunert is out of the tournament at this point. But that said, Axodo's next race is going to be against JRP, so if you don't think that's going to be an interesting race, then I don't know what to tell you, because it most certainly will be. Shoutouts to Bill Trennan for always doing those videos with Reggie at E3. They're pretty funny. Average 100% time? I don't know if you can really say there's an average time. Because the times are very wildly depending on... I mean... You see a lot of folks getting time... There are a lot of folks with times under hour 20 in real time. But at the same time, there's plenty of folks who have more than that. It really just depends. Oh, it looks like we lost John. I think his internet went out. Welcome back.
Oh, there we go. That was my internet. But looks like things are pretty much done up just in time for Gunert's game time.
All right, let's take a look. Let's see what it is.
See what we have there for Gunert, and then I think that'll be a wrap for us.
Let's have ourselves a look-see.
Thank you, Scotty, for pointing out that that's classic for my internet.
122.19.
Let me see let me pull up the leaderboards here real quick. Is oh, there we go. Oh, nope, that interesting.
Okay.
Very interesting indeed. It looks like on the leaderboard he has a time of 1:08:33 game time. But it looks like that was a... Oh, and he's helpfully showing that off, showing up off of 104 to us.
Okay.
Alright, so I thought that was a real-time PB for him. That's what it looked like on the timer, but... Alright, I guess, I don't know. I guess not. Maybe he may not have had... He may not have... Sorry, go ahead.
I was saying, goodness, he's coming for me. It's only 10 seconds off my PB. Better improve it.
Yep, always time to save. Always time to save.
Most definitely.
Alright, so I think that's everything we have for you today. If I remember correctly, there was nothing else going on Speed Gaming today?
Oh no, there absolutely is. There's a Link to the Past randomizer at 5 p.m.
And then there's also there is also another race later today in the Zero Mission Tournament. I think that's Mickey New and Paul's Moore.
Yes, that's 8 p.m., but that one's going to be on Speed Gaming too.
Is it?
Yeah.
And there's Fiesel, hopefully pointing that out.
And that's going to be a good race. You don't want to miss that one.
Yep. And there's Fiesel with the details. I think that's everything. That's everything I have for now. So I'm gonna say farewell. Thanks everyone for watching, and hopefully you enjoyed it.
Absolutely, that'll do it for me as well. So thanks for watching, everybody. Be sure to come back later. There's a lot more. There's more Zero Mission, more Link to the Past, and also some DKC. So a lot to watch on Speed Gaming. As always, thanks everyone for coming and watch. Thanks to Fiesel for keeping everything running behind the scenes, and have a good one.